Hey guys, welcome back. Yes, I know it's been way too long and it's completely my fault, but I have an honest excuse. Life got busy. I went through an entire career change. I had a lot on my plate. Good stuff, not bad, so don't worry. But yeah, I didn't have time to do YouTube as much as I thought I would be able to do, but here we are, 2019. I'm trying to be more organized, and I'm gonna use this occasion to say a massive thank you to everybody who's watched any of my previous videos, especially the stretching one. It's reached about 330,000 views by now, and I've got over 4,000 subscribers, and I haven't even been on here for 2 years, so that's such a big deal for me. I didn't expect it to just blow up like that, but it's also really nice to see that there are people out there who want to stretch safely and stretch properly. And I've been reading the comments. There's a lot of requests for a lot of different videos, but one of the most requested videos is backbending. So I'm going to go through some of my favorite backbending exercises that anybody can do. I'm not going to do all of the ones that I know because this video would be 3 hours long, so let's take it one part at a time. Make sure to do a full body warm-up before doing any of these, especially focusing on the shoulders, the hips, and the back. A lot of people don't know all 3 of those are really important when you're doing any backbending poses. Sometimes you can not have a flexible back but have really bendy shoulders and really loose hip flexors and pull off the same moves that other people can. So we're going to be training all 3 of those today. Make sure to have a good core warm-up as well, because the stronger your core is, the stronger your abs are, the more your body will allow you to go backwards because it'll feel safe. So I'm gonna go warm up because I am freezing right now. I just turned the heating on in the studio. You guys do the same, and see you in a sec. Okay guys, so we're just going to start off in a lunge position. Obviously, if it's just the hip flexor you're warming up, you're going to want to prevent any arching in the lower back. However, this is a back bending video, so what we want to do is drop the hip as low as possible. There you go. And what I like to do is use the same side hand as my back leg and reach back as far as you can. Don't let the hips lift. You want to keep dropping them as you do it. Chest facing forward and reach back. From here, we can do these lunge circles. I don't know if they have a special name. I just usually use them as a warm-up exercise. So from here, I'm going to reach to the side of my front leg, circle the opposite hand around, switch, and close. And repeat. I'd do these about 4 times and then reverse it the other way. And repeat the whole process about 3 times on each side. Okay guys, I like to call this one the slug stretch. It's predominantly for the neck and the upper back. Now it's going to require us to place the chest and neck flat down on the yoga mat. Not everybody's going to be able to do that because it requires a bit of neck and upper back flexibility, but there is a way to help those who are just starting out. So I'll show you a couple of different versions. The basic version is to just get your knees right under your hips. So you don't want them behind or like this. You want them right over here. You shouldn't have that feeling like you're falling on your face. If you have that feeling, or you feel like the neck is being crushed, or like your chin is being pushed backwards, it's not okay. So we want to get the chest down, bum sticking to the ceiling, and reach forward. You can grab your hamstrings to intensify it, and pull in. And you'd hold that for about 23 seconds at least. Now, if you're not flexible enough to place the neck and chest down immediately, or you're so flexible that you feel like this exercise isn't giving you anything, we have yoga blocks. So you can put a yoga block here. Now you're going to want to put your chin right on the edge of the yoga block, and you don't want to push your chin into the yoga block. You want to use it as a resting point to let your neck drop down towards the floor. So if you're not that flexible yet, so you want to put it here, and instead of going face down on the yoga block, you want it to go down here. So just reach forward and try to drop that neck. And look straight ahead. And if you're very flexible, Grab a little bit more, as many as you need, and pull up. And make sure to counteract after you're done. Pull the neck down. The downward dog stretch is fantastic for shoulder flexibility, but also to stretch out your calves and your Achilles. So we're going to use this as kind of a twist and shoulder bend kind of exercise. So you want to have your palms flat down here, toes placed on the mat, and you want to push your bum towards the ceiling, heels all the way down, and shoulders down towards the floor. So head through, and you want to push down. Now it's important that you're pushing with your hands on the floor. You don't want them loose, you don't want this situation. You want your armpits to go down towards the floor. So keep pushing, keep pushing. You want to hold this for about 20 seconds. Then I'm going to look one direction, and I'm going to bend my left leg whilst twisting my chest at the same time. This is going to focus mainly on the left shoulder, and the left hand still is pushing as much as it was before. We're pushing, 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 holding for about 20 seconds, then we're going to go center again, hold 20 seconds, and other side, bend, twist, and center. Make sure once you get out of that one, you counteract by grabbing your shoulder blades as far as you can, chin to your chest, elbows far away, and create this big circle. And another way around. When stretching any part of the body, strength is going to be just as important as the passive flexibility. It's really important to have good core strength and good back strength when you're doing your back bends. So I like to do cobra lifts to help myself actively hold my cobras up, because then I won't have to just push with my arms the entire time. So there's one version that mainly all of the people who've ever stretched know, where you lift your hands up almost like you're going to surrender, and you're going to just lift up. To add a little stretch in the shoulders and open it up a little bit, what I'm going to want to do is reach towards my ankles as I lift that chest up. So I'm going to go here and up. And one last one, when doing the cobras, obviously you can do as many repetitions as you want. I always make my students do 2 series of 10. When you're doing your cobras and lifting up, make sure to test your strength by slowly trying to take your hands off the floor, keeping your feet where they are, and seeing if you can hold it up. And so for this next one, I like to fold up my yoga mat a few times because I have sensitive knees and I don't like unnecessary pain. So I fold up my mat a few times. I'm going to place my knee on the mat and then my foot on either a pole, a pillar, any vertical object really. You can use the wall as well if you want to have your hands in a wider position. I choose something like the pole because it brings my hands together, which in positions like needle scale, or if you train anything aerial, the cocoon, it just kind of prepares your hands for the position you're going to have to be on the apparatus. So, I get into a lunge, place my foot here, and I just want to drop that hip flexor nice and low. You kind of want to get used to this position first. It'll be quite a deep stretch for your quads. And from here, slowly, you want to reach towards either the wall or the pole or whatever it is that you're using. And don't go immediately for your maximum stretch. You're going to want to go down a few times. So reach somewhere where it feels comfortable, and what you want to do now is push away from it. So you're going to intensify that hip stretch. Push. That's right. When that feels comfortable, get closer, go lower, and push. So for the next exercise, we're going to want to bend backwards in a standing position, almost like you're trying to lower yourself into a bridge, which you can if you want to, but I'm treating this more as a conditioning exercise. It's great for building up the strength of your back bends. It's good for working on the shape, but it's also good just for kind of testing out your balance. You want to start with your feet set parallel to each other, okay? Not twisted out, you want them parallel. You want to keep your knees locked, so you want those legs straight. You don't want any position like this, okay? Later when you're lowering into your bridges, if you feel stable enough, just for the sake of getting your hands on the floor, you can, but for the sake of this exercise, let's keep them straight. A little bit wider than the hips. Now we're going to start from the top, so we're going to want to start with our head backwards, then hands. If you're not experiencing this kind of movement, just keep them here. If you are and feel safe enough, you can go with straight arms backwards. Ribs are going to be poking out, chest up, and your hips want to go in front of your feet and knees. This is what you want to do with your hips, okay? So you don't want them here. A lot of people just bend in this exercise like that. It's important to intensify it by pushing the hips forward, okay? So I'm going to start. I'm going to do one with bent arms and one with straight. I'm going to start with the bent arms, and from here, head, chest, ribs, hips, squeeze your shoulder blades together. Straight legs. Hold it. You should be able to easily breathe in this. It shouldn't suffocate you. And then up and down. Counteract. And one with straight arms. Make sure to give yourself a nice break in between the reps here because it's really easy to get lightheaded in this exercise. And I don't want you guys to faint and fall and die. So let's go with straight arms now. Start with the head. And now let's focus on our bridge. I personally don't like doing bridges on mats because I don't like them moving underneath my hands and feet, so I like to just do it on the floor. And from here, the same thing. You want to try and train them with your feet parallel instead of twisting them out, okay? It'll just add to that hip mobility. So from here, if you're a beginner, you want to just start like this, hands over your shoulders like this. And your hips will always go first, so always start off with the legs. You're going to push up over here, and then you add your hands. So your first goal is to get your hips as high as you can. So you want to push them up towards the ceiling, squeezing your glutes. Up and extend. That's right. So now we're just working with the back and the hips. Up, 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 up. To intensify the shoulder stretch, I'm going to push away from my feet towards my armpits. Over here. And relax, drop. You can walk your feet closer and extend. So we're going to go with a shoulder flexibility exercise now. I really like this one. We're going to start by laying down on our bellies. Now, I'm going to look one direction, and that's where I have my hand bent right next to my chest. The other arm is going to go straight out on the floor. I'm pushing that armpit into the floor. So I just want to rest my head down, and now the same side leg as my bent arm is going to go back. Reach, 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 reach back. It doesn't matter if your foot crosses your hand or not. This is all about opening up the shoulders horizontally. So I'm going to be here and pushing with my right hand to intensify that left shoulder stretch. For a bigger stretch, you can extend that back leg and then reach back with this hand. And hold. I hold the whole thing for about 20 seconds before I extend, and then 20 seconds once I extend, and then center. You'll repeat this on the other side, and then you have 2 more arm positionings. So the first one was just arm flat out to the side. Second one is arm flat out to the side and 45 degrees up. And the third one, take it carefully, that one's the most painful one, is going to be like the letter L. So you want to have your arm to the side and then bend it like the letter L, like this. Here, bend, and back. And one of the oldest but most popular stretches is just going to be extending a split whilst facing anything you can hold on to. So one thing that I think people forget about in this one is to remember to get your chest poking forward, okay? So don't just be looking at your back leg, because then you're just going to end up with a side stretch. You're going to want to have an added shoulder stretch and also back bend here. So what you want to do first is stand on your foundation leg, and you're going to push your hips out. So it's not just lifting here and extending there. You want to grab. The closer to your knee, the easier it is. The closer to your ankle, the more flexibility it will require. So from here, let's start easy, close to my knee. You gotta push your hips back to activate those glutes. That's right, you should feel it like right under your bum right now. Look forward, bring the leg up high, 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 and then you wanna feel like you're kicking your arm. So I'm extending and kicking that arm right over here. That's right, and then we can go higher for a more intensified stretch. So that's it, guys. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please make sure to give it a big thumbs up and please subscribe to my channel for more. Like I said at the beginning, these were just a few exercises that I incorporate into my back bending / shoulder and hip stretching routine. However, I do have plenty of more. If you have a request for a part 2 or any other request, please leave a comment in the comment section below. I will be reading them, and I promise that this time I won't make you wait 2 years to be able to see your request, all right? So thank you once again for being here. If you've already subscribed, I really appreciate it. If you haven't, join the fam. See you soon. Bye.